Hey, let's talk about your business habits. I used to think my chaotic 80-hour work weeks were some kind of sign of entrepreneurial genius. I wore burnout like a badge of honor. Seriously, I was jumping from a client fire to a team issue to a last-minute marketing decision, all before my second cup of coffee. And it felt productive. I was the hero, right? The only one who could navigate the storm, the only one with all the answers. I thought the chaos was proof that I was essential, that the business would literally fall apart without me in the middle of every single decision. And then, the whole thing almost collapsed. That painful, humbling moment forced me to face a hard truth. My daily habits weren't the habits of a leader. They were the habits of a liability. They were actively killing my company. In this video, I'm going to share the simple and honestly kind of non-obvious habits I discovered that successful leaders use to not just get by, but to actually thrive. These aren't about hustle culture or some new productivity hack. They're the foundational routines that create space, clarity, and sustainable growth. And for me, they changed everything. Section 1, the collapse, my wake-up call. So let me set the scene for you. 3 years into my business, things looked amazing from the outside. We had a small, dedicated team. Revenue was climbing. We were landing bigger and bigger clients, and our name was starting to get out there. On paper, we were a success story. But behind the scenes, the whole operation was built on a foundation of sand. And that sand was me. I had zero real systems. Every client approval, every piece of ad copy, every invoice, every new idea, it all had to pass through my desk. I was the bottleneck, and I'll be honest, I secretly kind of loved it because it made me feel important. My days were just this frantic, reactive blur. I'd wake up, grab my phone first thing, and my heart would start pounding as I scanned my emails, letting the world's agenda completely take over my day before my feet even touched the floor. My calendar was a total mess of back-to-back meetings that left no room to actually think, let alone breathe. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I remember it so clearly. We just wrapped up a huge project for our biggest client, the one that made up almost 40% of our revenue. I was exhausted. I had pulled 3 all-nighters in a row to get it done, and I had personally reviewed every single detail, or so I thought. 2 days later, an email from their CEO lands in my inbox. It was short and brutally direct. A critical data error, one tiny number I'd missed in my caffeine-fueled haze, made it into their final public report. It was hugely embarrassing for them, and 100% my fault. They were pulling the contract. Just like that, nearly half our revenue gone. But the money was nothing compared to the hit to my ego and the devastating realization that came next. My team was completely burned out from trying to keep up with my insane pace. I'd created a culture where nobody felt empowered to make a call without me, so when I finally dropped the ball, the whole company went down with it. My genius work style wasn't genius at all. It was a ticking time bomb, and it had just blown up in my face. That was my rock bottom, and it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. Section 2, the search for a better way. After the dust settled, I had a choice. Either go down in flames or figure out what the hell I was doing so wrong. I stopped looking for quick fixes and productivity apps. Instead, I got obsessed with a different question. What do leaders who build businesses that actually last do every day? Not the highlight reel you see on social media, but their actual boring day-to-day habits. I started reading everything, listening to podcasts, and studying everyone from Fortune 500 executives to bootstrapped founders who had been at it for decades. And I found a pattern. Their success wasn't built on heroic 80-hour work weeks. It was built on small, intentional, and often invisible daily disciplines. They were masters of managing their energy, not just their time. They moved from being reactive to being intentional. They realized that you can't be the hero and build a healthy company. You have to choose. This discovery led me to rebuild my entire approach to work, not from the top down, but from the bottom up, starting with 5 foundational habits. These are the habits that didn't just save my business, they transformed it, and me right along with it. Section 3, the 5 foundational habits that saved my business. Habit 1, the CEO hour, winning the morning. My old morning routine, if you could even call it that, was to let the world hijack my brain. The new rule is simple. The first hour of the day is mine. Before I check a single email, before I look at a Slack message, I take 60 minutes for quiet, proactive work. Lots of successful entrepreneurs get up early to do this, but this isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. like some tech bro. It's about reclaiming the start of your day, whenever that is for you. During this hour, I do 3 things. I move my body for at least 15 minutes to get my energy up. I plan my day, and I don't mean a massive to-do list, but identifying the 1 to 3 most important tasks that will actually move the business forward. And I spend some time learning or reflecting, whether that's journaling or reading a few pages of a book. Starting the day with intention instead of reaction completely changes your focus from putting out fires to strategically building your vision. Habit 2, the theme park method, structuring the week. My old work week was a chaotic mess of context switching. I'd try to do marketing, then a sales call, then deep strategy, then admin tasks all in the same day. The mental exhaustion was just huge. The solution was to stop thinking about my day in hours and start thinking about my week in themes. I got this idea from leaders like Jack Dorsey, who famously gave each day of the week a specific theme. Now, my week has a rhythm. Mondays are for deep strategic work. No meetings allowed, period. Tuesdays are all about marketing and growth. Wednesdays are for team meetings and one-on-ones. Thursdays are for clients and sales. And Fridays are for finances, admin, and planning the week ahead. This idea of time blocking or theming your days dramatically cuts down on decision fatigue and lets you get into a state of deep focus. You're not just managing your calendar, you're designing your focus. Habit 3, the shutdown ritual, actually leaving work behind. A huge reason I burned out was that I could never ever truly switch off. The business was always humming in the back of my mind. The shutdown ritual created the hard stop I was desperate for. And this isn't just about closing your laptop, it's about mentally clocking out. At the end of each workday, I take 15 minutes and do this. I review what I accomplished against my main priorities for the day. I clear my desk, and most importantly, I make a quick plan for tomorrow. Writing down what I need to do the next day gets it out of my head and stops that late night anxiety loop of, oh man, what did I forget? This simple routine signals to my brain that the workday is officially over, which lets me be fully present at home and prevents that chronic stress that kills so many entrepreneurs. Mid-video CDA. By the way, if this story is resonating with you and you've ever felt that same entrepreneurial chaos, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We talk a lot about the real, unfiltered side of building a business here, and let me know in the comments what's one chaotic habit you are trying to break right now. I read every single one. Habit 4, the daily learn and listen, fueling growth. When I was in the thick of all that chaos, I was so busy working in the business that I never spent any time working on myself. I stopped learning. What I discovered is that successful entrepreneurs are obsessed, lifelong learners. They set aside time every single day to learn because they know that staying curious is a massive competitive advantage. So now I schedule 30 minutes of non-negotiable learning time every day. That might be reading a business book, listening to an industry podcast on a walk, or taking an online course. This habit also includes listening. I now proactively ask for feedback from my team and my clients every single week. This commitment to always be learning keeps you adaptable and innovative. It makes sure your skills are growing as fast as your ambitions. Habit 5, the wellness contract, prioritizing the engine. I used to treat my health like it was an afterthought. Sleep was for the weak. Meals were whatever I could grab in 2 minutes, and exercise was a distant memory. I was trying to run a high-performance business on a low-performance engine. It's no wonder I crashed. The biggest shift was to stop seeing my health as a personal luxury and start seeing it as a critical business asset. Your mental clarity, your emotional resilience, your physical energy, that's the most important resource you have. So now I have a wellness contract with myself. I schedule my workouts in my calendar. They're a meeting with a major client. I prioritize getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep because I know my decision-making ability is garbage without it. I take real breaks during the day to recharge, even if it's just a 5-minute walk outside. You have to stop seeing self-care as something that takes time away from your business and start seeing it as the very thing that fuels its success. Looking back, that near collapse of my business wasn't a failure. It was a much-needed intervention. It forced me to tear down a way of working that was all about ego, all about chaos, and based on a completely broken definition of what success even is. The journey from burnout to balance wasn't about finding some magic bullet. It was about embracing the incredible power of small, consistent habits. It was about the CEO hour to own my mornings, the theme park method to design my focus, the shutdown ritual to get my evenings back, the daily learn and listen to stay sharp, and the wellness contract to protect my most valuable asset? Me. Real success isn't found in one single heroic effort. It's forged in the quiet, disciplined, and intentional actions you take every single day. These habits compound over time, building a foundation so strong that no single client, mistake, or bad day can knock it all down. You stop being the hero your business needs to survive and start becoming the leader it needs to thrive. I've talked a lot about the habits that turn things around for me. If you want to see exactly how I structure my day now, watch this next video on my daily CEO routine right here. It's a deep dive into how I put these 5 habits into practice every single day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.